For anyone who isn't familiar with the concept, a recursive translation is when something is taken from one language, translated to at least one more, and then converted back to the source language. The results can be quite interesting. Anyway, let's go.
Another World 1. After the discovery of Counter-Earth, an Earth-like planet in the same orbit on the other side of the sun, John Jameson is sent on his first human mission. But while he's covering the launch, Peter sees Ares and Karanj enter the shuttle. He tries to stop them but fails and ends up taking the blame for the loss of the car and getting a bounty on his head. When a call for help is received from John Jameson on Counter-Earth, Peter thinks the only way to clear Spider-Man's name is to hijack a new ship and go to Counter-Earth himself. Another World 2. With a narrow escape, Spider-Man joins the anti-human movement and finds John, but the joy is short-lived when it turns out that they are being followed. Where evil nest. Naoko is dragged into the sewers by a green thing, and Spider-Man finds his first suspect when he encounters a local version of the Green Goblin. Deadly options. A member of the opposition steals a sample from one of Sir Ram's experiments, not knowing that it contains a nuclear charge, which will explode shortly after the container is removed from the laboratory. With so much ground left to cover, the opposition and the fighters have no choice but to work together to find her before the city is blown to smithereens. A cold heart of steel. Spider-Man saves the robot from destruction after it begins to show signs of insensitivity. But this freedom is short-lived as the heroes want to bring him back to find the source of his performance. Enter the Hunter. Worried about the inspiration Spider-Man gave people, Sir Ram's contacts feared the assassin would take him out. Eagle Cry. Spider-Man investigates an animal gang that kidnaps people from the road in an ambulance and meets a new ally, the Eagle. Received in the moonlight. The Resistance enlists Spider-Man's help to shut down a power plant that is releasing radioactive waste into people's drinking water. Makes a living. With his lead in place, Peter decides it's time to go home, even at the right time, when the elf is determined to help him fast. Business of the Heart. After a conflict with the Knights, Bromley takes Spider-Man directly to the hands of the Super Evolutionary. 1 is the only number. The Beasts use a new weapon against Venom, separating the group from their host, Eddie Brock. But on his own, Eddie cannot survive, leaving Spidey forced to choose between watching Eddie die or recreating one of his greatest enemies. The Sins of the Fathers. While visiting her parents' grave, Karen is attacked by animals. Spidey and X-51 go to rescue her, but to their surprise, they find her well taken care of, with super evolutionary kindness. Fate Delivered 1. Frustrated by repeated defeats, the High Evolutionary begins a massive hunt against human resistance. He threatens to systematically destroy all human homes unless Spider-Man and the rebels submit to his powers.
It's all the same thing. Thank you for the registration question?